All right, guys, welcome, welcome. We're starting promptly today as we like to get through this stuff. I know a lot of you guys have busy schedules and some of you guys are on the East Coast. My name is Justin Avini. We're here tonight to celebrate people on the June rank up call. We have a lot of exciting things. So as you guys kind of hop in, man, share where you're from, share maybe how long you've been coaching, and we'll kind of get this thing kicked off. So I'm really excited. I've been coaching a little over 7.5 years now. I started way back when I didn't even want to know what spaceship food was. My coach kind of introduced this program to me through my wife, and I kind of was not too sure about it. And it took me about 7 months to show up. And so I've been blessed. I've been doing this over 7.5 years as a full time. I was one of those rare people. I quit my job before I even had a client. And I was kind of just all in and made that decision to run with it. So very, very excited to be here and celebrate some of you guys. So if you guys can get some pens and papers out. Am I freezing? Joy, can I get a thumbs up? Am I okay? We're good? Kind of spotty? Okay, sorry. We're going to get to some better speakers than myself. So cool. Well, I'm excited to speaking of Joy, welcome her back for the second month as global director. You know, I'm really excited about this, guys. As you guys kind of hear these guys' stories and little nuggets and takeaways they're going to do, please do yourselves a favor. I'm always learning from you guys, so let's definitely learn from these guys. But I'd love to introduce our second month as global director, Joy Avini.
Wow. Well, thank you. It's really kind of surreal when you introduce me. Well, thank you for letting me speak. I love this call because, first of all, Justin, can you hear me? We're good? I love this because this is an opportunity for us to, like Justin said, we kind of just get nuggets from one another. And we all have different paths that we take. And my path is kind of the tortoise and the hare parable. Justin for 4 years. And I came from, I'm going to set my alarm because I'll talk a lot. I came from corporate America. I was in a career that I loved. And, but I got to the point where I didn't love it anymore. And I kept watching Justin, but I wasn't convinced that I wanted to be a health coach. I mean, I had no nutritional background. I mean, I took care of myself, but I never saw myself in that role. But what I did see was how his life was transformed from mentally, financially, personally, how he was a stay-at-home dad, taking care of his sweet little girl now too. And I love that. And it was very attractive to me. So he was just living out loud, right? And so one day I just decided, you know what, enough was enough. I was burnt out. I didn't feel great. And I jumped on program just to feel better. And 6 weeks later, I felt like $1,000,000. And that caught my attention. And simultaneously in my career, I launched a clothing line with a friend. It was challenging. And then we decided to close our showroom. And I had a choice to make. Either I could go back to work full time and be on a plane to New York every month, or maybe I could try this coaching thing. I had no idea, but I saw what Justin built. So I didn't jump in this because I had a heart to serve people, even though I love people and I mentored a lot of people in my career. I approached it from a business point of view. I saw what was possible with Justin and with Jamil. And so I took it and I ran with it. And so 6 months later, I replaced my income, my fashion career, and I didn't stop. Now that didn't mean that I didn't have bumps in the road. I had some times that were so challenging, but I was consistent. Now consistency to me meant I touched my business every day. Didn't mean I was on Facebook 8 hours or talking to people all day. Maybe it meant that I posted a picture and I started a couple conversations. But that consistency over time and living out loud via social media, which was a fear of mine, created trust. And what happens when you create trust via social media and you brand yourself, when everyone else is selling the teeth whiteners and the nails and all these different things, but you're consistent in what you're building, that's attractive to people. So what happened was I just started creating this momentum and started attracting people and created an amazing team. I learned from them more than they learned from me. And so, you know, if I can give just a couple points is one, we have a little saying in our group, hashtag just don't stop. because in this business model, the only way you fail is if you stop. And some people, it might take a year to get to the top. It might take 10 years. But as you build, you're creating more of an income. You're changing the personal growth. So I just, if anything, just coming from corporate America, I know what this is and what the beauty and what the gift this is. And from the personal growth and from the community and from being able to take care of yourself as you spread that word and you share your gift, it's amazing. So it's really exciting to be in this position. And again, to get in this position, it's not about you. It's about the people that you get to partner with, and you get to see their lives change. And some of my coaches have sent me messages and spoke about, their bonus checks, and their minds were floored. I come from an industry, I'm still owed a lot of money. Half the time they didn't pay me. I mean, we get paid early half the time. And, every Wednesday I'm like, oh, we got paid again. But the point is what we get to serve when we get to a level where we have a team. So I just wanted to share that. Like, at this point, it's all about the people you serve. And if you just continue on consistently, daily, like, beauty happens. So, thank you for letting me share, Justin. I can go on and on. It's amazing. I watched you for 4 years, and that's a gift, because I don't think I would value this much if I didn't have a career prior. So it's awesome. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing it. And we can all talk too much. That's why we all got to have timers. It's just a passion, and it's been amazing, watching you grow and watching you be there. I'll tell you one thing. Me and Jamil talk about people being question marks, because it's true. We don't know what people are going to do. And I remember we called Joy a question mark on that call when we were talking about how to get her to global and what her next goal was. And she's like, I'm not going anywhere. Right. And so
I was mad.
it was just exciting. So I'm excited for you. So you guys, for those of you that don't know what global director is, it's basically where you've duplicated yourself 5 times as an executive director, and you're really starting to build legs and establish yourself in this business, and helping other people. Right. And you're starting to partner with other people and see their lives change and do those things. But that's literally global director nowadays is pretty much the top 2.5 to 3% of the company. So, I mean, for her to come in here and do this, and all of a sudden now, 3 years later, even though she felt like she was going slow, she's running a lot faster than a lot of people will. And so that's really a great accomplishment to understand that. And it's been amazing to see her build a team of executives, for sure. So I'm excited to move it on over to, I think, Northern California, if I'm right, and I'm kind of mid-California right now, I think, but Miss Davina. So one thing I want to say before I bring this on, so the 10K Club is a pretty small, even smaller number in the company across the board. So as we know, executive director is roughly about 17 to 18 clients, and you're running about a 6,000 frontline volume. But the 10K Club, we always say, let's shoot for excellence, because we don't want to be at that borderline every single month, right? And also it starts to help you put your oxygen mask on further, because obviously the more clients you have, this is a spot where you don't have to worry about that last client at the end of the month, worried about getting your 31% and being there. So the 10K Club is probably, I'll be honest with you, over every coach, probably 0.5% of the company. So this is a pretty small area that a lot of people shoot for, because it just helps you with your funnel of clients. As we know, clients eventually turn into coaches, and you're really starting to impact people, and you're making a pretty, I would say annually, probably $35,000 to $40,000 a month, roughly, just depending on where your bonuses land. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But I'd love to introduce Davina, as she's not been coaching long, but she's definitely rocking it out, and she hit the 10K Club this last month. So Davina, are you there?
I sure am, Justin. And let me, for the first time, set my timer.
There
all
you
right?
go. There you go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Davina. 39, single, live in, Sonoma County, California. I actually came into this program thinking it's a weight loss program. I had gone through so many ups and downs throughout my entire life. I was raised by an obese mother who I was her live-in caretaker for about 9 years. And she was a single mom, and she passed away back in 2015, which ended up honestly spiraling me into a huge depression of emotional eating and alcoholism and overworking myself and not treating myself well. And when I turned 39, I realized, you know, after having a dislocated hip and bad joints, chronic pain, finally landing a job that I absolutely loved. I'm a bartender and I love creating cocktails. And I finally found my dream job. The only problem is it had 3 levels of stairs to it, and I was almost 300 pounds. And I turned 39 and realized, what the F am I doing with my life? Like, I am going to be 40 this year. And I made the decision to try to lose 100 pounds in a year. That'd be great, right? 6.5 months later, I lost 100 pounds. And to this day, yesterday was my 10-month anniversary, and I've lost 122. And in sharing my journey, I want to say that is probably been the biggest fear. I hated looking at myself in any kind of camera. It was just, my timer didn't start, I'm sorry. But anyway, so doing lives was one of the biggest fears that I've ever done, right? Like, I was challenged to do my story, say my story, tell my truth. And that was so difficult to do. And it was scary, but I did it. And then the outpouring of what the response I got from people was magnificent. And then I just kept growing from there, still like baby steps here and there. And then the more I started doing it, the more people started reaching out to me and letting me know that I'm telling their story. And it took a really long time to really start getting the groove. Like, my first month of coaching, I've only been coaching for 3 months. My first month of coaching, I made associate director. Second month, last month, I made executive. And then now, I guess, I don't know. And the way I'm doing it is I'm keeping focus. It has a lot to do with character too. Character is about the willingness to accept responsibility for your own life. Bottom line, you have to accept responsibility, the good, the bad, anything. And that's where self-respect comes from. And when you accept that responsibility and you put it out there and you show people that you're a real person and not this perfect being that just lost a ridiculous amount of weight in a short period of time, people accept that and they want you, they trust you, no matter what your journey is. Mine just happened to be weight loss. A lot of my clients don't have weight loss journeys. A lot of them have mindset journeys, because we offer a health care reason, like way of living. It's for health. It's not for sick care. And we need to be craftsmen of our craft. So doing these lives and doing these interviews and doing things like that is only going to build on how you speak with people and how you posture yourself. And then don't procrastinate about anything. Just take action and go for it. Just suspend all fear and thinking and just go for it. What do you have to lose? You're the only person who's keeping you back right here. Like, all you have to do is just go for it. What's the worst that can happen? Honestly, like, because all you can do is maybe you're going to have a couple of haters. Haters are going to hate. Honestly, they're going to be there. They're always going to be there. But you don't have to listen to them. Don't listen to their chatter. The most dangerous chatter is the one up.
Dave and I think we lost you. Oh, okay, she muted. Sorry. It's okay. You ended with a great line anyway, so it's all good, right? Don't deal with the chatter. Just suspend all fear and go. And I think that's amazing. One of the things you remind me of myself is we talk about ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice, right? Just, you don't even know where you're at. You're just talking to people, you're hitting ranks, and you're just sharing your story, and you're having fun doing it, right? And that's one of the most exciting things is you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be 7 years with a PD, HD, MD, IDP, whatever initials you want after your name. You just have to have love for people and share your story, right? I mean, I talk about being a silly old roofer. I used other words back in the day, but a silly old roofer that figured this out, right? Not a technology guy, nothing, but I just shared my story and it went. So I love that. I love that. Well, I'd like to bring it on over to another newly 10K member and soon to be Jeeping partner. We're kind of Jeeping partners, but we haven't Jeeped together yet. We're trying to figure that out. But Miss Julie Barkley has been rocking it out, and she's at the 10K Club, and she hasn't even been coaching that long. So Julie, are you there?
I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me? Hey, everyone. It's good to see all your faces tonight, and thanks for asking me to speak tonight. Quick background, I started Optavia last year in September, basically because the doctor told me to lose weight. I'm not stupid. I knew that. I was overweight. I had bad knees. I needed a knee replacement. I was sluggish, and I was not happy inside. And I had actually talked to Joy, my coach, prior to last September, and I actually watched her for 9 months. You know, she talks about watching you for 4 years, Justin, but I watched her for 9 months, and I watched her clients lose weight, and I just gained weight. So my journey did start out as a weight loss. I did lose the weight the doctor told me to lose so I could have my knee replaced. And I took a little break from Optavia. It wasn't anything other than I was recouping from surgery, and Hubs was taking care of me, so I was just kind of stagnant for a while. But I maintained my weight, and that was key for me. I didn't gain any of the weight back that I had lost. And I talked to Joy, and I jumped back on program, and I threw out a post for her, and she said, okay, here it is. Look at all these people that are looking at you and trust you already. And I was already big on Facebook. I love Facebook. So I started coaching, and that was 7 months ago that I started coaching. My weight loss is now 44 pounds. And during the pandemic, I did the 4 and 2, basically just because my college kids were home, and I wanted to spend time with them and do healthy meals with them. And I still continue to lose weight even doing that. So I am absolutely thrilled that I was introduced to this company, and I'm absolutely thrilled that I jumped into the coaching. Joy had to twist my arm just a little bit, but it was so worth it. And so thinking back on that, I think getting to the 10,000 club this month was overwhelming to me, like literally tears in my eyes. I was taking pictures of my back office every day and sending them to Joy, and I just didn't think I was going to make it, and I did. And how I did that was I remained coachable. Joy, whoever I can take advice from, Donald, Justin, whomever, I am thrilled to take advice. I don't have a problem getting on Facebook and speaking. I'm good with that. I can post pictures till there's no tomorrow. I think pictures are worth 1,000 words. So when people see pictures, they're interested in your story and want to know, what's going on with you. So I'm not super uncomfortable on Facebook doing live. So I did everything that they asked me to do. During the pandemic, I was off from my daytime job. I am a business manager and a property manager for a dentist, and I've worked for him for 29 years. So while I was off, it was a free-for-all. I could build my business here, and I treated it like that. And I went in both feet, and but then all of a sudden I had to go back to work. So I was a little nervous going back to work, but Joy talked me through it, and she talked me through consistency and structure. And it took me a while to get the structure down, but I'm still working. I work 4 days a week, and I'm still able to support. Right now I'm supporting 38 clients and 2 coaches. So my acquiring coaches hasn't been my strong suit, but the 2 I have, I love and adore, and they're working really hard, and they're sharing their stories and building their own businesses. So, and the last thing is, I've learned how to dream, because before I was just going to work and working for someone else, and not that I don't love that, I do, and my goal is to retire when he retires in a couple of years, but I've learned to dream, and not just dream. As Karen said the other day on Monday's training, she said, your current dreams fit your current paycheck. So that my story, share my heart, take care of people, help people get healthy, and then ask them to join in with us with our great group of coaches. So that's it. I'm thrilled to be here, and thank you very much.
Man, I think there's starting to be a motto. Can you guys hear me okay? We're good? Thumbs up? My internet's kind of lagging, but sorry about that. But thank you so much, Julie. I mean, it's honestly, it just, you share with people, man. You share your heart and they'll show up. And honestly, 38 clients, that's amazing. I mean, that's a pretty decent income just off of that. And she's just getting started. And out of those 38 clients, we talk about the 1 in 5 rule, right? They will organically show up. You will find coaching partners. And that's the most amazing thing, is you start to change it to that next level. So thank you so much, Julie, for sharing. We're going to move it over to Miss Kristen Schell, who just, I believe, hit director, right? We just hit director, which is really awesome. I believe the next step, honestly, is executive director. So we'll probably see her next month on the Rank Up, rocking and rolling. But Kristen, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Awesome.
So I'll start with how I came to program. As a mom of 2 young boys really close together, I was feeling pretty tired and low energy. And I was tired of people assuming that I was pregnant still because I hadn't lost the baby weight. So I was like, okay, I need to do something. And I naively started this program just for weight loss and was asked by my coach many times, turned her down many times, but she continued to ask, like, will you please consider doing this? And then she sent me pictures, screenshots of her paycheck, like, oh, that'd be really nice to start making some extra money. And just as a stay-at-home mom, I just felt like I wish there was something I could do for me, and that part appealed to me of like contributing to our finances. And so I hopped on, and January of 2019 is when I started coaching. And because of my weight loss, I attracted a lot of people and kind of accidentally stumbled into reaching associate director even by accident. I didn't realize until I went to connect, like, oh, I made it to this. And so in March of last year, I did a rank up call actually, and was like, oh, I accidentally made it to this rank. And then a couple months later, people would fall off of the program, and I was coaching it like a diet, and I was getting really frustrated. I was below the line, blaming clients, like, nobody wants to do this, it's too expensive, none of my friends have enough money, and just very below the line negative mindset. And I almost quit. Like Erica said on the training yesterday, like every week she wanted to quit, and I was so close to quitting, like, nothing's working, I'm doing everything, and nobody's doing this with me, and how below the line was that, right? And so I think what really changed my mindset was I was like crying to my husband about, this isn't, oh, I forgot to check, crying to my husband, like, this isn't working. And he said, well, what you're doing is changing people's lives. You're not just selling something. And I think that really stuck out to me. And then, like, once we started doing the trainings in March Madness, and Rachel Richards said, well, I know we've heard it many times, but you know how things sink in when you hear it at the right time. And Rachel Richards says, you are the CEO of your business, and you need to act like it. And I was kind of like a slap in the face of like, yeah, I do. And so before I had been treating it like, well, I'll try this thing and see if it worked. And then my husband and I have been working on fixing up our house, wanting to sell it, and really wanting to achieve real dreams and real goals, and realizing that if we're going to do this, I need to make this work. And I can. I have all the potential in this, and I'm going to do it. And then so just really being a student in all of the trainings has really helped me, and realizing, you know, it said that you can't reach a new rank until you become a new person here. And so really working on developing myself and growing to be that next level, and letting that be reflected in my business achievements. So Desiree is my coach, and every morning, it's my favorite part of the day, we have our power hours, and we get together and just do teamwork and build each other up. And it's been really inspiring and great. and just really diving into working on myself and being the best that I can be, so that I can really pour out into my clients and just help them be the best that they can. And I know we hear it every day, and Jamil says this, but I really have made it my mottos every morning when I wake up, like being appreciative for the day and grateful, and like, what can I do today to really serve more people, and just changing my mindset. And I have to tell you this quick story of how I reached director. I didn't think I would. It was the last day of the month of June, and I went to bed frustrated that, it was this close to making that rank. I was $100 off. And then I decided, you know what, stop that mindset. I'm going to be grateful for a good month and know that the next month's going to be great. I'm going to hit amazing goals. And then at like 11 o'clock, a previous client messaged me and said, I'm ready to get back on the 5-in-1. I'm placing my order now. So I made it by the hair of my chinny chin chin. I was like, thank you, God. And that really is the difference, is when we change our mindset, instead of being resentful and like, if only this person, or if only this, and really change our mindset to be grateful and thankful and putting in the work to continue to strive, is where I think it's at. And I'm excited to continue growing myself and then seeing my business grow as a result.
Wow. I think we could almost end the call right there. That's so awesome, man. I mean, to really hear your heart and your mindset and the decision you made, you know what I mean? And the point of like, we're at that point of, do we grow through this or do we quit? And you actually decided to grow through it. And now life is going to be just so much more amazing, and so many more lives are going to be touched because you made that decision. And then 6 months from now, you're going to have yourself back on here as somebody else, right? And they're going to be thanking you so much that you were able to make that decision and move forward, and now their life's being changed. And so that's just so cool. I'm really excited, man. This is just such a fun call for me, doing these every month. They're amazing to see people's mindset shift, because yes, finances are fun. Helping people is fun. But when you get to see somebody grow, I mean, we talk about being parents, right? I'm probably, not the oldest guy on here, not the youngest guy on here, but it's just fun to see that transformation for somebody. It's like your kids, having those mindsets or those small victories. So thanks so much, Kristen, for sharing. Let's move on to we have a new manager. Eileen, are you there? We'd love to hear some golden nuggets from you, friend. I don't know if I can.
Justin, I don't see Eileen. I think we should jump to Jennifer.
Okay, no worries. So let's rock and roll with Jennifer. Jennifer, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Happy Wednesday. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you all. Just quickly about me, I like lists, and I like to be prepared and thorough as much as possible. So I'm something out, just some points. So I'm 28 years young. I'm the oldest of 4 sisters. I'm a single mom to a beautiful 8-year-old. I've had more than 5 jobs since my divorce. I grew up in a low income and abusive home. I'm a warrior who has overcome domestic violence relationships. I was diagnosed with major depression and anxiety. My daughter was diagnosed with ADHD. Despite everything that we've been through, I've always believed in health, to be happy and healthy. So I started my journey. See, I'm getting nervous. I'm just going to read, okay? Because this is from my heart, I promise you. Let's see, where was I? Okay, despite all our hardships, I have always believed that we deserve a healthy and happy life. So I began my journey of self-education. I have had therapy in the last 5 years and reached out for tons of support. My daughter and I both were on medication for roughly about a year. We're no longer on medication. Let's see. Okay, so how I know by Optavia. About 3 years ago, I believe Desiree, she's my health coach, reached out to me and told me about the program. And unfortunately, I couldn't afford it. So I told her that I would reach out to her when I was ready. And I started Optavia 2 months ago. So probably around May. And when I made the decision to become a client, because I was just tired of feeling tired, of feeling low energy and just hopeless all the time and no motivation. I think Sabina I don't know if I said that right, but you mentioned you didn't look happy. You didn't feel happy when you looked at your pictures. That's how I felt. I didn't feel comfortable in my clothes. So, thankfully I was able to afford getting on the program, and I decided to jump on the business opportunity as well. So I did the 10, I believe you have to do 10 you have to write 10 names of people that you know. So I did that, and just by reaching out from that list, one of those friends had done Medifast before, and she was looking to start something like that again. Her and her husband jumped on the program, and she referred me to her mother-in-law, daughter, and friend. So I was able to get 5 clients just from one person, from like picking up the phone and, just being transparent, letting her know that I was in training and I needed her help. So her husband was able to get off medication. They've lost like between 10 to 30 pounds. And that's how I got to manager. I actually didn't want to speak because I told Desiree I didn't feel like I deserved it. But in all honesty, I've been, constantly supporting them in their journey on them and becoming their friends. So that's how I got to manager, by referrals. That was a little bit about me. And the 3 points that I would like to share is believing in yourself. Like me, I believe in myself. I think that's why I'm here, despite how nervous I am for some reason, right? Just believing in yourself, knowing that what you're doing is because you love it and you want to help yourself so that you can help others. That would be the first one. And then the second point, I guess advice would be is just pick up the phone. If I would have never done my 10 training calls, which I'm grateful Desiree pushed me to do that. She was like on the phone. She's like, can you do it now? I'm like, right now? Like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I did that. And then the third one would be just attract what you are. People are going to look like, a lot of you have mentioned social media, but, just be the best example and version of yourself. The Life book has been tremendously helpful. In the last, I would say 3 weeks has really helped me to see that it's not a diet. It's more of a person of who you're going to become, whether it's your sleep or water. It's really amazing how it's changed my life. I can actually dance with my daughter now. I remember the first time I did that, I had tears in my eyes. I actually can wear clothes now that make me feel comfortable and happy. I'm not tired all the time. I don't want to just sleep. I actually want to get up and do things, and it's really awesome. I'm just excited to help people, especially in low-income communities that don't have access to that. Now I can offer them a health coaching opportunity where they can make extra income and just change their lives. So yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. And that's so funny that you didn't want to speak and you were giving some golden nuggets away there, right there. So I'm glad you were able to speak. And to be honest with you, you know what? You kind of said it in 2 different ways. You said you didn't feel worthy of being here, but at the same time, you were doing client support and great client support, and they referred you people, and you were just loving on them and creating relationships. So you're actually doing an amazing job, and you kind of do belong here, and that's so awesome. And I appreciate you getting out of your head, right, and sharing and being bold, and that's awesome. So excited to see you on many more calls, friend. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it. So moving on to the next lady, and I hope my internet's not too horrible, and if it is, I apologize. It's probably really spotty, and I'm making great faces right now. But I'd like to bring on Jackie, who just hit senior coach. Yeah. And for those of you guys that don't know what senior coach is, you're supporting about 5 clients. That's like our first icebreaker and our milestone in the program. Hopefully, doing that in the first 30 days, you guys can earn your CAB bonus. But I'm really excited to hear Jackie's story. Jackie, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to put my timer on. Go. All right. So how I discovered the program through a series of coincidences, and there's not enough time to tell you how it all connects, but I feel like, God puts us in the space with people who are meant to be in our lives. So somehow I reconnected with Sharanda Campbell and Monique in January. Started the program because I was so impressed with the before and after picture from my friend Sharanda, who I hadn't seen in 15 years. So to me, she looks the same, great. But I saw her before and after and realized she was on an amazing journey. So within a week, I was on program with a friend. I was an emotional eater. I eat when I'm happy, sad. It's just all around all the time. But I had noticed I had started gaining weight, just life, challenged with taking care of 2 parents that had cancer, 2 kids going through a crazy rough divorce, crazy job, all of that. And I started to have health issues. I had, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I was about to be put on high cholesterol medication. I had acid reflux, and I couldn't exercise as much as I wanted to. I used to be a runner because of the pressure on my knees. So I jumped on. So that was late January. I jumped on. Late February, I became a coach because I totally got it, and I had a desire to help family and friends, get healthy is what I was seeing. So I'm early 50s, and I had some cousins that needed some assistance. So I got it. So here we are, right in the middle of March and February. COVID starts, and I had never used Facebook Messenger. I barely liked Facebook, so I was kind of struggling. So I think I spent March and April just meditating, trying to figure, life out. And somehow I came to what I loved. My family, or a family of runners, I started this walking group and said, in January, on my vision board, I was going to walk 500 miles in a year. So I started inviting friends, and now I have a group of 20 to 30 people walking, and I kept it simple. I basically said, all you have to do is walk 1.5 miles a day, 10 miles a week to get there. So these are really focused on people who weren't professional runners, weren't regular runners, but just to get people moving. So that sort of became my base, and I got momentum. So after about 2 months, I posted my before and after pictures. Like you say, if you do what they say you do, it works. And I started getting all this momentum. So in May, I got 3 clients at once, and it kind of started moving on. And then here in June, I got 2 more, and then here I am. So I'm loving it, and I'm motivated. So if I had some nuggets in my last 56 seconds, I would say that kind of pushed the rank is, when I'm thinking about reaching out to clients, even though you've got your list of 20 or 50, I do honestly go to the people I think would be good coaches first, that have that also would make good clients and good coaches. They have vast networks, they have infectious personalities, and they have a desire to help people because, I work a full-time job and I need some help. The second thing I would say is, now I always ask clients, who do you want to do this with? So hopefully I get 2 for 1. And my new coach, that's how she's done it. And she made senior coach in 13 days. It works. That's our program. So in my last 9 seconds, I would say my third point would be find a business partner who has strengths you don't. So you tag team. And although my senior coach she's got 6 people in 14 days. So she made 14. On the 14th day, she got a 6th person. She still loves for me to tag team with her and be on it. Somehow when she's writing, since she's talking and I'm listening, and then when she's getting things down, I'm sealing the deal and she's taking a credit card number down. It's been working. So those are my tips. Thank you for letting me share. So hopefully I can, keep up with my senior coach now.
There you go. Man, it sounds like both you guys are going to be, wow, senior coach in 13 days. That's pretty rad. I think it sounds like you're both going to be on next month, celebrating together as executive directors at the pace you guys are going right now. That's so awesome. I love those nuggets, man. That's a golden nugget that we've talked about for a while is who do you want to do this with? Who can you partner with, right? How many girlfriends or buddies? Hey, we're going to start the gym next week. You down? I had a buddy today text me, hey, you ready to go to the gym? Nope, I'm not available. But it just happens, right? Those are things that happen. You have girlfriends that do that. So always be asking, who can you do this with? Who can you partner with? And then that compounds, right? And then Jennifer talked about getting referrals. Imagine if you did that with referrals, right? Executive director in 10 days. Let's see what happens, And it's not about ranks, guys. It's really not. It is about ranks in the sense of what that dollar sign means to you for your time freedom, for your stability in your life, your oxygen mask we talk about. But it's that simple and it goes that quick if we just like Jackie said, follow the systems, right? They work. So I'm really excited to bring on my next speaker. I kind of know her a little bit. We've chatted here and there and I've seen her Miss Sonia, she hit senior coach, and we want to kind of bring her on and have her share her story and her nuggets. So Sonia, are you there? Oh, am I freezing or is she freezing?
Sonia, you're muted.
Can you guys hear me now?
There you go. Awesome.
Okay, so my voice is kind of raspy, so excuse the rasp in my voice. I think I'm getting sick, and it's not COVID. I don't think it's COVID. So I hope you guys are all doing well. But I came in as weight loss. So I started my journey around 2-3 years ago. This is why Justin says that he knows me a little bit, because I was in and out for a little bit, and I started my weight loss some years ago, and because of 2 hardcore injuries that I've had that stopped me from working and stopped me from doing what I needed to do at home. So I was really hard-headed in the beginning. I was really, really stubborn. You know how they say it's never a no, it's always a not yet. I was one of those. I waited about 6 to 8 months before I even got into the program. And when I decided to do so, my whole life changed after that. Excuse me. And when I did get in the program, I just decided just to do it. And I wasn't even thinking about coaching at this time. I wasn't even planning to even get near coaching because I'm a nurse. So I love patient care. So I was going just to stick out and just finish my career there and go from there. But since my coach reached out to me and the program worked for me just fine, from losing 28 pounds just in my first month and 3 inches off my body, I was ecstatic. I was ecstatic. I was in love with the program, even though I didn't know what to do with it. When I did do that, I decided to go for it. And I did get discouraged. So don't do what I did. I did get discouraged at first. I wasn't comfortable within myself. I didn't break that part of fear because I'm not a speaker. And this is what I'm doing today. So I'm not a speaker. I am a person that's in bedside patient care, but I'm not a speaker in front of anybody or all these people that are in front of me right now. So that is a big fear of mine that I had to break. So going forward into today, with all my journey, I did have a good outcome with my weight loss. And my coach said, hey, why don't you just go ahead and health coach? All right. So I did. Like I said, the first time I stopped, I had to go back to work. I was struggling trying to pay. Helped me to come right back into coaching and said, hey, I don't want to be a bedside anymore. I don't. I want to keep on going and just move forward and take the bulls by the horns and just go. I didn't think it was going to really happen to me this quick, but it did. We are not perfect, but we are those human beings that actually get in our own ways to actually do the right things for not only ourselves, but to other people, because we're supposed to be out there making sure that all these people are living a healthy life, right? And especially coming from a nurse, we want that. And I didn't think that was going to happen. And so I decided to do that. I really believe that your imperfections are your actual perfection. So with that being said, what I mean by that is we're human beings. We always have struggles and obstacles that come our way. So we can actually turn that around and make that into a positive and actually go forward and live a better, healthy life. So this is why we're out here to do that. Now, for my nuggets, is do what your coaches are telling you to do. Look at all the webinars, follow what they're doing. Even if you have to mimic what they're doing, mimic. It's not wrong to mimic. What you're doing is you're still reaching out to people so you can love them. So mimic them, ask questions, get those great tips, and every single one of your coaching partners, if you have them, if you have clients, ask them questions of what they really want to accomplish. So you can go back to your coaches and ask for those tips so they can help you out with them. So you can reach your senior coach and go on beyond, okay? And then of course we do the 3x3 But I'm trying to do the 6 by 6 by 6 or the 9 by 9 by 9, which has helped me a lot to actually reach senior coach, which is good. So it's just connect, connect, connect. Yeah, I heard something this morning. What was it? A network. If you're not networking, you're not working to reach those people that need to get reached, to reach those people that need to get helped. And go out there, get out of your own way. Don't feel stressed about it. We are going to feel a little bit of it, but you know what? Push it to a side and say, hey, I'm a human being. I can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. This is something amazing that really shows how much we can share our love. So that's what I got out there. We're going to keep on going with the Optavia language.
I love that, Sonia. I love that. And I love how she said, excuse me if my voice is raspy, and then she turned into an infomercial towards the end. I love that. It's just the energy starts growing, right? And it's so exciting. And it's so true, guys. You know, you can start and stop and go through your own personal journey and do things, and people are still watching you. And you can do anything if we just make the decision. And it sounds like people on tonight, you know, from Kristen to Sonia, we make the decision. We want a better life. We want to impact lives. And just like that, a switch can be turned and we're moving forward. So I'm really excited to bring on this next speaker. Thank you so much, Sonia. I'm really excited to bring on this next speaker because I got the honor to be on her senior coach celebration call. And it went from some small goals to some big goals. And it just so happens her husband's name's my name. And it just so happens that he's in construction. And it just so happens that he potentially wants to come home. So I'm really excited to bring her on because it's kind of near and dear to my heart a little bit. Miss Tracy, are you there?
Hi, I'm here.
Awesome.
I'm really nervous. I'm not good at this, just like, you know, a couple others have said. I did do a live on my own Facebook today so that I could kind of get going a little bit. I have been very uncomfortable with my body most of my life. I've never had really much of confidence. I am 32 now. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I have twin daughters. They're 11. I've been married for 10 years. And it was just time to change. I can't let my daughters grow up seeing me uncomfortable, seeing me thinking that I'm fat and I'm this and I'm that, and no confidence. That's not teaching them anything. So for me, they're my big why. They're just who I want to show that there's more in life than to be uncomfortable and to be, you know, upset with yourself. Being healthy, being energetic, being active, that's very important to me. And for them, I want them to grow up to be that. I want them to be confident. I want them to be proud of who they are. So I started a program on June 8th, and the first week kind of blew me away. I was miserable. It was a rough week for me, but I felt better at the end. I have IBS, I have acid reflux, I have GERD, I have depression. I have it all. I haven't had to take my anxiety medication since I started. My IBS is amazing. Like, I haven't had any problems with it. So I decided to become a coach. So I've only been a coach since the 20th of June. And I've really just been sharing everything that I've learned from Mike. He's my coach. He's great. He's been there every step of the way through everything. Let's see. I wrote some notes down, but I'm kind of all over the place. My big goal is, one of my goals is to pay off my Jeep. I have a Jeep Wrangler. Everything to me, pretty expensive. But I want to help my husband. He's been working hard. We live in Florida, so he works in the heat. So it would be nice for me to be able to allow him not to work as much, to let him come home, to not have that pressure on him to always have to work. Bigger goals is I want to own a house. I want to have all of my vehicles paid off. I want college funds for my daughters. I mean, that's pretty expensive. So those are my goals for this. And I want to help all of my friends and family be healthy and feel as good as I do. 3 tips, I guess, for me is to step out of your comfort zone. I get very anxious when I'm supposed to talk to people. The live, the video, talking to a crowd of people right now, I'm nervous. So I'm still working on that, but it's helped me actually connect with people. I've never counted anyone out. I know that, we all, no matter what we say, we all kind of see people and, oh, well, maybe they can't afford it right now. Oh, maybe, it's just not for them. I've been surprised. I've talked to people that have shocked me, but they're doing awesome on program. And it's just amazing what someone will do if they're really serious about getting healthy and doing what they need to do to make themselves better. And then I've shared my story with anyone that will listen, to the point where I've shared it with, I had to go out to eat with my family. I shared it with the server just because I just needed to get it out. I needed to share it. I needed to talk about it and explain, all the great things it's done for me. I'm out of time. So thank you all for listening. I really appreciate it. Good luck on your journeys.
Awesome, Tracy. Thanks so much. And I love the realness. We all are human. We all get nervous, but it sounds like DIA. We talk about those initials a lot. Do it anyways. And a lot of us got on this call tonight not feeling deserving, being very nervous, and you guys all gave amazing tips. And you're all real raw people. So I just love that so much. Thank you so much for sharing, Tracy. Great job. So bringing it on next to Miss Pamela. Are you there? Really excited. Another senior coach. This is such a fun time, guys, where you're really starting to dive into what this means, and the creating that space where you're really starting to help people. So Miss Pamela, are you there? Am I freezing?
Okay, Justin, you're unfrozen.
Can you guys hear
All
me?
right, Pamela, you're frozen.
It's okay. Why
Pamela,
don't we just have Pamela come on?
Yeah, Pamela, once you go ahead and share. You're muted.
Is that better?
Awesome, yes.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everybody. Good evening. This is my first time being on something this big in front of people as well. But I was just asked to share a little bit about how I come to Optavia. And I guess it was probably about 3 years ago. About 3 years ago, I happened to go over to a neighbor's house who invited me over for a happy, healthy hour at her house, and we supplied the karaoke. She had a house full of people. I remember meeting Charmaine for the first time. Justin came from Southern California. Charmaine came from Southern California. It was totally amazing, and I got to hear their stories and got to hear how it helped them health-wise, and got to see it for myself with our good friends, Rob and Karen. And she invited me to look into this, and so I did. I loved it, and there came a point where financially I couldn't afford it anymore, so I backed off from it. And but I continued to watch my neighbors across the street and just see how wonderful they were doing, and just saying, dang, I wish I could really do this. I wish I could really, put my all into this. Well, it took me actually moving out here to Georgia. So I'm in Georgia, but I am from Northern California, Sonoma County as well. I got back into doing Optavia actually by a challenge from my own brother, whom I tried to share this program with before, and he just didn't want to hear about it. So I just kind of, went on my own way. And so he challenged me. He came to my house for dinner one night, and he said, well, sis, because I want to tell you, he goes, I want to challenge you to get healthy with me. And because we both needed that, because I was going down the road of diabetes. I put on quite a bit of weight moving out here through the stress of moving, the stress of just leaving family and friends and my grandkids. Sorry. And so I just kind of went on my own way and ended up just, you know, being an emotional eater, and got all the way up to 210 pounds. And I'm happy to say today I am down to 173 pounds, and you know, coming back on program, and I've only been on program for a little over a month now. And so I've lost some weight there, but and some inches. And just so happened again by my brother, I seen him going down the, you know, really bad path of, he was on insulin for diabetes, and I was on the same path. And so I took him up on his challenge, and when he told me it was Optavia that he was doing, I was blown away by it. And he goes, I know you've done this before. He goes, how would you feel about coaching me through this? And I'm like, well, you know, sure, I'll call you and I'll talk to you and I'll encourage you, and you know, and I will get healthy right alongside you. I said, we both need this. Maybe we can encourage the rest of our family members to do this. And then next thing I know, I'm coaching. I thought, well, why not coach? And then my coach suggested it as I was even thinking about it. And to have my brother ask me, my older brother asked me to be his personal coach. And then his wife jumped on the program, and she's doing very well. My husband jumped on the program. And then, so that was 3 people right there. And then there were 2 other wonderful ladies who jumped on program. And next thing I know, within a month, not even a month, I'm a senior coach. And it just blew me away. And I have loved getting to be a part of them being, getting healthy. And my brother, you know, has gotten off all of his medications. He's no longer diabetic. He's gotten off of everything. And his doctor was blown away as to in his weight and everything. And she told him whatever he's doing to keep doing it. We'll come to find out she used to do this program, and then she couldn't afford it. And now she's got an MA who's doing this program, who's doing Optavia as well. And so she really, anyhow, so that's how I became coach, and it just kind of fell into my hands. And I'm really thankful for it because I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying being right there alongside with my family and seeing everybody get healthy and teaching them, and just hearing from my own brother how it is a mental, it's a mind thing. He said he goes, and he preaches this to everybody, that this is not a diet, this is a change in lifestyle. He's changing his ways of eating and just wanting to be around for his kids and grandkids. And so I took him up on the challenge, and here I am as a coach. I'm feeling so much better. Today I took a picture for the first time, because I'm not one to take pictures, and because of how big I am. And so I sent Karen my before picture, and then today at work I had a coworker take a picture of me because I want to get on social media and start sharing my story with people. And I looked at that picture and I had to do a double take. I said, who is that person? I could not believe that I am who I am right now. And just sticking to knowing that this is a lifestyle change. It's not a diet. My mind is the only thing that has kept me from going further with my health. And so, and I'm sorry, I'm just kind of losing where I'm at, but I'm really thankful to my brother for challenging me to be a coach and cheering him on while he was trying to get healthy. And in doing so, between he and I, we're also trying to get some of our other family members healthy. And I love helping people. I worked in the medical field. I worked in cardiology for 14 years and absolutely loved it. And I saw how people came in sick, and it was really hard. And now I was looking at myself as being one of those patients as well. So I had to change my whole mindset and my whole way of thinking. I love Optavia. I love what it does for you. Not only, losing the weight, that is just, icing on the cake, but just getting to change your mindset towards food, towards every decision you make in your life. And so when I became coach, I decided I was going to, when I became senior coach, I decided within just a few days that I was going to, and this is a nugget I hope that everybody can take away, is that when I became a senior coach, I went ahead and I did my certification. I did it right away. I wanted to be certified. I wanted to, you know, make sure that I'm being accountable as well, but, you know, and there's benefits in being a certified coach as well financially. But what I loved about it was it got me into the life book, because when this program was introduced to me years ago, they didn't have the life book at that time. And this life book is awesome. And after I did my certification and I passed the test and became certified, I was just sharing it with my clients. I could not get over all the different things, you know, because it has you going through that book during this test, and you're going through Dr. A's book and all the nuggets that you get there. And as I'm going through the book, I am writing little notes on the side saying, this client can really benefit from this element in their life book right now. And I'm going to share this when I'm done. I'm going to call them, I'm going to share this with them. And so I thought of different clients through the different elements in the life book, and you go through and you're getting little nuggets at a time through there. And it has helped me in my life book, and looking back and getting into it and writing, starting my story. And then to see today was just a really big moment for me to take a look at my before picture and my after picture and see that it is just my mind that was keeping me from diving into this completely and getting the full benefits that Optavia has to offer health-wise. So it's like they say, you know, happy, healthy finances as well. You know, it's a healthy body and mind. And I love Optavia. I love programs, and I love being able to jump on. I work full time, but getting to jump on some of the, listening to Jamil, the 12-day challenge thing that's going on right now. I wish I could be on it every single day with everybody, but I just listen to it, you know, as I can. So anyhow, my biggest nugget is having that certification and what I got out of getting certified. And that was getting into that life book and just learning a lot of different things in that life book that I could apply to my own life and help the clients, encourage them in that life book and Dr. A's book, and apply these things in their own lives. And that's it. I forgot to start a timer, Justin, sorry.
You're all good, friend. It's all good. You know what I love about you is I remember our conversations before, and it's just so exciting to see you back and thriving and doing so well and really experiencing this to the fullest. So I appreciate you being on. I'm really excited for you to be here, and I can't wait to see what happens over the next few months for sure. And congratulations on your weight loss. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. So we have one last but not least, guys, thanks so much for hanging on. One thing I want to say from the transformational side, you heard what Pamela said as far as the certification. Now for the transactional side, real quick, for some of you that have not got certified yet, it's a $200 test. But if you think about just those 5 clients and the 3% you get out of those food orders right away, you earn about $120 back almost immediately. So it's kind of silly. You start to leave money on the table. Then we have rolling consistency bonuses of your frontline volume being 2,000, 4,000, or 6,000 frontline volumes, which is about anywhere from 6 to 8 clients, 12 to 13 clients, and then 17 to 18 clients. You're earning about a $250, $500, or $1,000 bonus every 90 days. So as you hit executive director, every quarter you get $1,000. So if you've ever asked your boss for a $4,000 raise, and they gave it to you, let me know, because I don't think I've ever heard that. But in this, you can give yourself a $4,000 raise in a year. So that's how powerful that can be, just for taking a $200 test, just a heads up. So last but not least, Brian, thank you for being so patient, man. I'm excited for you, our last senior coach, and many more to come, but I'm really excited to hear your golden nuggets, sir.
What's up, everybody? My name is Ryan. I'll try and get through this quick because I know it's late on the East Coast and people probably want to get those Z's. All right, so my story starts with my parents, who were kind of my inspiration for getting on program. My journey was not really a weight loss journey, but it was more an opportunity to become a better version of myself. And I'm really grateful that my parents found program and were sharing their experience with me, because it was an invitation for me to take control of my own health and take control of my life in a way that I never thought possible. And so today I'm 20 pounds lighter. I really view my health in a completely different way. I'm even like prepping food before I go to the airport, which is kind of crazy. I never thought I'd be doing that, but I think that really does speak volumes to the behavioral change and the mindset change that I've really experienced. And so I believe I became a coach in February of this year. And really what pushed me to it was realizing kind of the power that this program has to change, your mindset, to change your behaviors on all these micro levels. And I'm somebody who works in the sports science field, and I'm pursuing a degree in sports psychology. And the reason I'm so compelled to, be in those fields is because it's an opportunity to help other people become the best version of themselves, and to do things that they didn't think were possible. And I see coaching as really the same thing. And so getting to senior coach was a little bit of a kind of unexpected journey for me, but I guess my biggest takeaways have really been, like people have already reiterated, getting outside your comfort zone. And for me, if you think about how you felt before program and kind of that sense of unknown that you were experiencing, and thinking about where you are now and how much you've grown since then, I think if you apply that same attitude towards coaching, you'll find yourself growing up the ranks really quickly. And then the second thing is really just framing the conversation that you're having with potential clients. How are you planting those seeds for people? Thinking about opportunities that happen in conversation to inspire people, or pose a question that challenges the way that they think. How are you framing this opportunity for them to make the change that maybe they've been thinking about, or maybe they don't realize is right in front of them. And then the last thing, this realization actually came to me, and it will probably sound really silly as a tip, but it did have a big impact for me. And it's that business is not going to come to you. You have to go out and get it. And as simple and as obvious as that seems, I think it's really easy to forget. And Dawn actually pushed me to make a phone call on the last day of the month at 8 p.m. And 30 minutes later, I had my 5th ordering entity. And it felt awesome, but it felt a little weird at the same time, like making this call and being like, hey, like thinking about you, and at the end of the day, it felt a little weird in the moment, but at the end of the day, I know that I'm helping that person, and I'm now a senior coach. So it's kind of a win-win for both people. So yeah, that's my story a little bit. Those are my tips, and I'm really looking forward to, my personal goal is to not plateau. It's to keep going this way.
That's so awesome, man. And I love how you're so humble about what you're saying, and it's all true, dude. I mean, you're getting out of your comfort zone. You're sharing with people. You're impacting yourself, your mindset, your better version of yourself. Trying the program. You guys all did such an amazing job. Thanks so much, Ryan. You guys did all such an amazing job tonight. I really hope you really see the value in what we have to offer people. I love how we kind of rarely touched. If you think about it, it was mostly mindset tonight, right? And how that's growing us and how that's impacting us. And I think that's one of the beautiful things. I'm up here with my brother in where are we at? I forgot. We're in Mariposa or Yosemite area. And just driving up here, his mind is so clear on where he wants to go. And I'm like, dude, you should coach, man. You're like, and the conversation we had was so clear. And then just hearing everybody tonight's stories and their testimonies, it was just amazing. So I'm going to shut up because I know we got one last thing. I want to see if the doc will let me share, because my spotty service and internet. And I know Donald was going to yell at me if I didn't share it. So I got him there for my backing. But I'm going to try to share this real quick. If you guys let me know if you can see it, we'll run through this really quick. So Donald, can you give me a thumbs up? We're good to go. Okay, perfect. So awesome. So we have, where to go? We have the beautiful and wonderful and amazing Joy Avini for her second month. I love you, Auntie. Second month, it's so awesome to be partnering with family to see this grow. Second month as a global director is like we mentioned, you've duplicated yourself at least minimum 5 times and then more. So we'll see more of that to come with her team. She's got such an amazing team, honestly. We have the wonderful Jeanette Palmer, regional director, obviously on Joy's team. Like I said, she's got an amazing team. We have Kristen, we heard from her speak. We have Eileen, Jennifer, we heard them speak. We got Sonia, Pamela, we heard them speak. Tracy, Ryan, Lee, 13 days, man. Holy cow. ED in 20 days. Where are we at? You know what I mean? Let's see what's possible here. Claudia, just rocking it out as senior coaches. The 10K club, guys, where we heard Julie, she's a little overwhelmed, but it's fun. 38 clients she's going to work with. Let's see how many coaches she brings on in the next few months and just shares the enthusiasm. Deb was on last month as 10K. She's rocking it at 12. Monique is just a voice to reckon with. She's got such a great heart. She's 11. We got Davina. I'm finally pronouncing her name correctly. We got Jeanette Palmer, hot on their butt with 9K. We got Sarah rocking it out. Love her heart. She's such an amazing person. We have new coaches: Denise, Michelle, Brittany, Linda, Nicole, Prince, Minjon. I think I really hacked that and I apologize. Claudia, Salvador, and Amelia, and Chris Adams. They're just, dude, guys, this is such an amazing month. Or this last month was such an amazing month, and I apologize for hacking your names. I will get better at that. But thank you so much for being on. We're about 13 minutes over. You guys have an amazing time. Let's see what this month brings. If you don't know what the 12-day training is, please get with your mentors and have them get on there with you and get caught up. We're on day 4 tomorrow. Don't feel like you're overwhelmed or you're behind. It's all structured based on action. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a blessed evening. And thanks so much for being on, guys. We'll see you guys later.